Hey you guys, so today I wanted to talk to you about something that I get asked about constantly. I get tons of emails, tweets, and comments about this, and that is how to grow your Instagram or your YouTube or whatever. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the things that I find most important when it comes to trying to grow your accounts. Keep in mind, this is all personal opinion. Just because I tell you this is what I do, that may not necessarily work for you immediately, but they're just things that I find have helped me down the road, and they're things that I find important. So let's jump into it. The first thing that's super important when you are trying to grow accounts or when you're starting out on social media is consistency. A lot of people are afraid of posting too much, and that just really isn't a thing. When I follow somebody on Instagram, I'm hoping that they're going to be posting. I mean, it's different when you're posting unrelated stuff that I don't care about, but if you're consistently posting looks, that's what I'm following you for. So consistency is a big thing. You want to be posting at least 1 to 2 times a day. That seems like a lot, but once it kind of becomes part of your routine, you will just naturally, it'll just become part of your day. It's like going to the gym or anything else, except for the fact that I don't ever want to go to the gym no matter how much I do it. But yeah, make it part of your routine, and over time it will start to be kind of less annoying, and it'll just be part of your day to produce content. Same thing goes for YouTube. I would recommend posting 1 to 2 times a week on YouTube. That's the only way that your channel is going to really start to grow, is if you are getting that content up there. Also, the more content that you're pushing out, the more likely it is that people will kind of be seeing you. So yeah. The next thing I want to talk about is content, and this kind of spans across a couple different things. Whatever it is that your platform is about, I should know immediately upon going to your page. I shouldn't go to your page and have to scroll through sushi dates with your boyfriend and your dog and your cat photos and your grandma's on her deathbed and just all this stuff. I shouldn't be seeing that. I should go to your profile and be like, okay, so they're about makeup or they're about fitness or whatever it is that you're kind of wanting your page to pertain to. I should know immediately upon going to your page that, okay, I get it. She's a makeup artist or whatever it is. A little bit later down the road, when you have a larger follower base, people might be interested in your life. They might want to know about your relationships and your dogs and whatever, but in the beginning, for lack of a better explanation, people don't care. They don't care about your personal life. They don't want to know. They don't give a shit. They don't know anything about you. So why would they care about your personal life? So in the beginning, just keep your content really streamlined. Try to keep it as related to what you're about as possible. The other thing that goes into content too is quality of your content. I think that a lot of people get really caught up thinking that they need to have these $2,000 cameras and lighting and lenses and all this kind of stuff. I've talked about this a couple times, and especially on Periscope lately. You don't need all of this. And you can go back to anybody's YouTube channel, any of your favorite YouTubers, and their first videos are always pretty shitty. They're filmed from awkward angles, it's in the dark, it's they're in a closet, it's just not good. Nothing about the video is typically that impressive. It's something that once you start making money off of this, or once you kind of have more time and money to invest towards it, do it then. Don't worry about getting all of this equipment when you haven't even started yet. Just do what you can with what you have. And by that I mean that if you need to wake up a little bit earlier to catch the sunlight, do that. Make sure that you are putting the time into your schedule to be able to produce higher quality content. You don't want to be taking photos in your dark bathroom with shitty lighting. That doesn't do anybody any justice. And yeah, just basically don't worry about all the other stuff that you don't have yet, because honestly, some of the largest companies that I work with found me when I was at 2,000 followers and I didn't have the best content up. So take the time to actually try and find interesting backgrounds. And honestly, I've talked about this as well. When I was starting out, I would literally pin a t-shirt to my wall and use that as my backdrop. Just whatever you need to do, get creative with what you have in your house. Turn your lack of resources into resourcefulness, and don't sit there and think that you're already beat because people have better cameras than you. It doesn't matter, which brings me on to my next point, which is personality. People come for the content, they stay for the person. I truly, truly believe that. If you were somebody that maybe didn't have the best video quality, but I went to your videos and you were super genuine and just funny and honest, I would be 10,000 times more likely to watch you over somebody that had awesome video production but was just you know, carbon copy of like every single other YouTuber out there. Right now, I honestly feel like people are looking to have relatable icons. Like, they don't want somebody who's like so wildly unattainable. I know that I don't. Like, I don't want to watch a video of somebody that has like, that seems so perfect and so flawless, and they have the best boyfriend and they get along so well and they never argue and they never fight and they never, like, I don't want to watch that, because like, to me, I'm like, okay, why is my life so shit? And there's some people that do extremely well on YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that, that really, they mold their life to look so flawless and fantastic and perfect, and they have perfect bodies, and like everything about them is just perfect and flawless, and you're like, holy shit, like, you want to be them, but at the same time, like, that kind of content, for me personally, I don't feel good about following it. And it's not because it's content that wasn't produced well, because it's super high quality, and it looks gorgeous, and it's like eye-catching and like all of this, but like, that I would much rather follow somebody who like I can relate to and root for almost, as opposed to somebody who looks so flawless and perfect from the outside, because I just kind of leave feeling like my life is lesser. And that kind of, I guess, goes hand in hand with my own insecurities, but I mean, this is what I mean by this, is that when I screw up my makeup in a video, I go out of my way not to edit that out, because I want you guys to recognize the fact that it's like, I do screw up on my makeup daily, and I swear, and I say things I don't mean to, and you know, that's why I like Periscope so much as well, is because like I feel like I can just say whatever I want to say on there, and you know, sometimes I don't say the right things or whatever, but like, it is relatable, and you guys get that like I am a real person and I make mistakes, and it's relatable, and that's what we're all looking for. At least that's what I'm looking for in other influencers. And I think that relatability and having your own genuine personality goes hand in hand with credibility. For instance, like, let's say that I was sent, you know, a mascara and I was doing a review on it. If I didn't come across to you guys as genuine and honest normally, why would I come across any more genuine or honest when I'm talking about a sponsored product? I'm not going to trust you if I don't feel like you're honest and genuine. And even if maybe your thoughts on the product are genuine, if you don't come across as if you're being yourself, I'm probably not going to believe you. And honestly, there's very few people on YouTube that I trust their reviews or opinions, because I do feel like maybe they started out genuine, but they ended up not being genuine to me across the board kind of thing. And I mean, it happens. It's hard to not be that way, because when you get some of these videos, like, people get paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for sponsored videos. It's disturbing. And like, I mean, it's good. Like, get that money, girl. But like, you know, it's hard to, like, how the fuck are you supposed to retain your credibility, dude, when they're offering you such exorbitant amounts of money for something? And like, honestly, I turn shit down all the time, but a little part of my soul breaks off and dies and floats into the sunset because that happened, and I'm like, god damn it, like, that would have been such easy money. It's ridiculous. And that's kind of my beef with people that get so pissy about people doing sponsored posts and videos, but that's a whole nother fucking video. Anyways, going back to personality, you want to have your genuine personality. There's only one you, and that's what people are looking for. You know, you don't want to be the next Jacqueline, the next Nicole, the next whatever. Like, you want to be the next you. So who are you? What are you going to show off about your personality that's going to make people be like, I've been waiting for somebody like this? The next thing that I personally find important is community engagement. And what I mean by that is responding to comments, responding to tweets, jumping on Periscope, talking to your followers, talking to other influencers, talking to brands, all that kind of stuff. Anybody that's in this community, like, responding, basically. And that's something that not a lot of people do, and it's really important. And like, for me, honestly, like, it's hard for me to respond to like every single YouTube comment and every single Instagram comment. I mean, I could dedicate more time to it than I do, but I try to go for what I feel is like the most genuine way of communicating with you, and to me that's Periscope and Twitter, because I like to just quickly answer your questions on Twitter and stuff like that, and I like to jump on Periscope and just chat and tell you guys stories about my life, and you know, answer questions on there and whatever. And those kind of things to me personally are really important, but I think as well for like your career on social media can be incredibly influential. again, it comes back to this relatability, and people want to feel like they know you. They want to feel like they're your friends. And honestly, like, I've made friends with a bunch of people on my social media because I talk to you guys a lot, and you know, a lot of you reach out to me and call me and ask me questions about your social media or whatever you're doing or your jobs or whatever, like whatever it is. I talk to somebody that I don't know pretty much daily, just giving them advice or whatever. Probably like a lot of people have my phone number that I just don't even know about. It's okay. But anyways, I personally find it incredibly important to engage with your community. It's also something where you're going to have those super loyal followers because they know that when they ask you a question, they typically get a response. And that, to me, it basically bridges the gap between consumer, like the follower, and the influencer. Gap bridged. So good. People appreciate it. It's something where, you know, it's funny because everybody doesn't expect a response. Like, they ask questions, but they don't expect a response. And whenever you do respond, they're like, holy fuck, I can't believe you responded. But it's like, yeah, like, I mean, the thing to keep in mind is that these people that are following you are the reason that you have a job. And people get super entitled and super, like, get a big head about themselves, and they just think that they're too good to respond to anybody, and they want to seem like this, like, uber celebrity that doesn't possibly have the time to respond to you. And, I mean, again, like, they're the reason that you have a job. Which leads me into my next point. This is a personal pet peeve, I guess, but it's something that I think is very, very important for you guys to keep in mind if you're thinking about pursuing this, but honestly, any point in your life, it's important to keep in mind. And that is entitlement. The one thing I get emailed about so much. People started off and they're like, you know, I'm trying to gain my following, blah, blah, blah. And at some point the email always turns to, I've been doing this for like 3 months and I can't gain any followers. And first of all, don't get me wrong, I completely understand that's frustrating, and I was in the exact same mindset at that time. Like, I was like, why? Like, why do these people have so many more followers than me? Why is this person so popular? Why is this person why do they get so many subscribers every single day? And why do they have so many followers? And why don't I? Because I'm producing good content, I'm good at makeup, and, you know, I think I'm attractive, and I'm funny, and I'm personable, and like, why am I not? Why? And it's like, you know what? Like, you need to put that attitude to rest. And that was something that was really hard for me personally to get over. So trust me, again, I completely understand where all of you are coming from, because you feel like you're working so hard and it's not paying off, and it's frustrating. Especially because every once in a while you'll see somebody come out of fucking nowhere and just blow you out of the fucking water. And it's hard because you think that you're not doing something right. Like, you think that you must be doing something wrong, or, you know, whatever, because like, why would I not have any followers? Because I'm hilarious and great and awesome. So like, why the fuck wouldn't people want to follow me? I must be doing something wrong. But honestly, the second that you drop that attitude and you just kind of accept the fact that like, everybody peaks at a different time. Honestly, they do. And you know, there were some people that, like, I remember talking with some people and, you know, offering them my opinion or like my advice on how to grow their accounts and stuff like that, and then they fucking blew me out of the water like in like a month, and I was like, oh shit, okay. But you know, it's like, everybody peaks at a different point. Some people will have really strong starts and then they'll kind of like falter off. Some people will have a really slow, really long start, and then they'll just fucking like peak out of nowhere after 2 years. And honestly, it's something that you have to decide, like, do you really want this? And if you do, how badly? Because it's not going to be something where, you know, you can do it for 3 months and then all of a sudden, boom, 1 million followers, no problem. You're going to have to continue to work at it. And honestly, even right now in my life, I could work 1 day out of the month if I wanted to and still basically make probably the same amount, but I can't do that if I expect to continue to get deals and endorsements and continue to gain subscribers and followers and all that kind of stuff. Like, I can't just, at no point can you just rest and be like, my work now is done. Like, you're all young people. 99% of the people who are reaching out to me are in their early 20s or earlier, or younger, sorry. And again, like, I understand that mindset because I've been there, and I still fall into that every once in a while. I'm like, why does this person have more subscribers than me? Like, why? I feel like my videos are pretty on par. I feel like, you know, but it's like, you can't think like that. number one, not everybody's meant to succeed. It's just how it is. I mean, all of you have the potential to, 100%, in some regard. Like, you can succeed in your life in some regard if you gear down and do it. But I'm not going to be the person to like pat you all on the back and be like, you know, guys, you can all be YouTube celebrities. Like, no, it just isn't how it is. And I'm sorry, and it sucks. But not everybody's cut out for it. And at the end of the day, it's like, if you really want this, then do it. Do it. Like, there's no one holding you back. There's no one stopping you. Don't tell me that you don't have the time, because everybody has extra time. Literally every single person can find the time. And if you genuinely don't have the time in your schedule right now, you need to find a way to make the time. Whether that's waking up an hour earlier or whatever. And I've talked to you guys about this so many times, I feel like a broken record, but it's like, it is just about, forget about your lack of resources, forget about the fact that it's a slow growth and like all that kind of stuff. Like, just actually gear down and do it. Because the thing is that like, when you look back on your own content, you're the only person that you should be in competition with. And you should be looking back on your own content and be like, holy fuck, I'm such a better artist, or like, I got really good at editing videos, or my video quality is way better now than it used to be. And like, if you forget about everybody else and just be in competition with yourself, that is the most valuable thing you can possibly do for your mentality, number one, but also for your productivity. Because for me, I always feel like I'm running a losing race if I'm trying to compete with other people. Whereas if I'm competing with myself, I feel like I'm always winning, because I'm always moving forward and I'm always taking the extra steps to do something more or better or whatever. And honestly, the other thing is that like, it's not worth it. It makes you jealous. It makes you hateful. It makes you entitled to be in competition with other people. And it's just so dumb. It's just not, it's the least productive thing in the world. Try to remind yourself that like, you don't deserve for everything to fall in your lap. Even if you've been working hard, even if you've been busting your ass for like 6 years doing this, you're gonna have to continue to work the rest of your life. Your life is never, ever, ever going to be something that will just fall into your lap. Yes, there are people that happens to, but 99% of us have to work for what we want. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on growing your guys' account. Obviously, there's like other little things that I mention here and there, like, you know, using hashtags, tagging brands, all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to give you guys more so, I guess, like the mental approach to it kind of thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry if this came across a little harsh, but it is something that I feel very strongly about. And I think that you know, having the right mindset going into it is going to be a lot better for you and more likely to keep you motivated than just saying, oh yeah, use hashtags. But anyways, you guys, continue to do your research, continue to look up other videos like this of people that are offering their tips. Get different perspectives. Don't be afraid to ask for help. DM your favorite Instagrammers and see if they'll give you a response, and just kind of ask them like what they did to grow their account. And yeah, just continue to research it and continue to learn as much as you can about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. And you guys can also all feel free to link your YouTube and your Instagram in the comments. And I'd love to see you guys supporting each other and kind of checking out each other's channels. So if you have been looking for new channels and Instagrams and stuff like that, check out the comments and kind of look for some new artists there. All right, guys, peace out.